This is Ragnar Skre. I'm a freelance journalist for Nationen. Norway's parliament is expected to vote on the 22nd of March over whether to approve the EU's third energy package. There has been a vigorous debate about this in Norway, and some are calling for parliament to veto, to use its right to veto. The largest trade union has done so, and also more than 100 mayors. But others have warned that Norway, if Norway uses its right under the EEA to veto, that this will lead to a response from the EU, that EU will cancel some other part of the EEA. I have three questions. Number one, will the EU do that? And if so, what part of the EEA? Number two, what will the EU achieve by doing this? Will it be a punitive measure or a kind of sanctions? Number three, if the EU chooses a different route, I understand you can choose to go to arbitration at the EFTA court. What would be the aim of such a case? Would it be to force Norway to pass the third energy package? And won't that mean that there is no actual veto powers? Thank you.
Now, I will ask Anke to contextualize your question, to give you a bit of a framework. I will apologize in advance. She will not be able to answer all the hypothetical questions, but I think she will be able to give you the framework within which to assess your questions.
Hello, thanks for the question. So we will explain a little bit our position without getting into the speculative questions. So the Commission takes note of the Norwegian national debate on the incorporation of the EU internal energy market provisions. The Commission will not get involved in the debate in Norway regarding the possible participation of Norway in ACER, that is the Agency for the Cooperation of Energy Regulators. And the participation of a member of the European Economic Area in ACER may have to be discussed by the parties involved in the EEA agreement. A general remark, if I may, in the EU, member states retain the right to determine the conditions for exploiting their energy resources, the choice between different energy sources and the general structure of their energy supply that is enshrined in the Treaty of the Functioning of the EU. Membership in the Agency for the Cooperation of Energy Regulators does not limit such rights in accordance to the national energy mix. So it is also worth recalling that Norway is already closely linked to the energy networks of EU member states, not least through the Nordic electricity market. For the rest of the questions, we cannot answer questions that start with if, so we will have to follow up after the vote.
Okay, thank you very much. Anything else for Anke's usual portfolio or the new one? I mean, the replacement? No? Thank you. So, James, Jörg, and then we goes